the app link will be posted by Prasadji soon in the chat. So you can download that app later on and record how many Surya Namaskars we do. But so we'll start with some Shitilikaran exercise. Shitilikaran is nothing but loosening up. Shitil means loose. You become loose, right? So before you practice any yoga, you need to warm up a little bit. You need to make your body loose so it lends to flexibility, lends to certain poses. But we'll do the Surya Namaskars first before we get into any kind of poses, okay? So let's all get up, stand up on your mats and get that heart rate going. And if you have the blocks, you can keep the blocks to help you while Surya Namaskar, and I'll teach you how to do that. I'm just gonna see if I can adjust this a little bit. Okay, there you go. So stand on your mats with your feet together, toes together, heels connected, and try to see if you can even connect your these bones, the ankle bones, to each other. So you're completely like composed as though you only have one leg down there. Okay, and clasp your hands, crisscross your fingers like this, turn them inside out, and then go up. Breathe in and stretch. Stretch as far as you can, as though you're going to touch the ceiling up there. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale and come down. Okay. Now I'm going to open up the toes to about 30 degrees to each other. Okay. The heels are still connected. And then we clasp the hands again, turn them inside out. Make sure you stretch your arms at about 30 degrees here. And then as you breathe in, you're going to rise on your toes, but keep the heels connected. Okay, here we go. Breathe in and rise on your toes. Keep the heels connected. Maintain your balance. Stretch, 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 and come down. Very good. Okay, so that will stretch your entire body in the other direction. So in yoga, you will notice that we do a few things. We stretch, we compress, we twist, we bend. These are the four basic movements that happen in yoga, right? So we have to stretch before we twist, okay? Just always remember that. So we always start with stretching first. All right, so we stretch here, and then we're gonna see if we can jog in your spot. It's called yogic jogging. And I'd encourage you to try to see if you can put your heel against your butt. So you should be able to kick like this, like that. Okay? And then the other side, kick like this. Okay. So when you're jogging, you're going to take your heels as though you're kicking your butt, like that. So jog in the spot to get your heart rate going, wake up the body in the morning. And this is yogic jogging. And relax. So come back to the same position where we stood. Feet together, hands by the side. And close your eyes. If you have any vertigo problems, keep your eyes open. If not, close the eyes gently. And notice how the body sways. It's trying to maintain the balance within. It goes forward, backward, sideways. Notice the contact of your soles of your feet down there to the mat. And see how the weight is shifting from the ball of your foot to the blade of your foot to the heel. That is the triangle down there, from the ball to the center of the blade on the side and to the heel. And you will notice probably that you shift from one vortex of that triangle to the other. And notice your fingertips. You might be able to feel some heart rate going there, some pulsating sensations. And notice all this from within, that our own existence inside this body is still like a rock. It doesn't move. The body and the mind are on the periphery of that circle, the periphery of that existence. In the yogic language, you call it Prakriti and the Purusha. The Parvati is the Prakriti, Shiva is the Purusha. And the Prakriti and Purusha are constantly having this game going on within and without. And relax and open your eyes. Your heart rate has come back to normal. And then we'll start from the top of the body, and then we'll start relaxing the body all the way down. Now that we've excited it, we calm it down, and then you do these exercises where, since the blood flow is going, lymphatic fluids are going. So drop your head and let your chin press against the chest. Okay, very simple. Keep your hands by the side in Tadasana. And then you roll your head clockwise. Just roll from the ball socket. And keep your tongue to the roof of your mouth so that the tongue will get a little bit of massage inside. And you roll. And you might be able to hear some clicking sounds in there. And that's okay. The doctors can tell you more about that, but it's okay. We are trying to lubricate here. All right. So we go 5 times this way, 5 times this way, anti-clockwise. And there you go. All right. So again, remember, if you have any dizziness or any kind of vertigo problems, either you put your feet wide apart a little bit so you get more balance and keep the eyes open. And you can also practice rolling your eyeballs while rolling your head. That's another good thing for the subtler and the more gross, okay? And then we're gonna look to the left and look to the right. When you are at the rightmost point, take your eyes to the rightmost on the side and see how much peripheral vision you can get. And then go this way to the left and to the right and to the left and to the right. There you go. Now, pull your chin inward. So what you're doing is, I'm going to switch here so you'll see the subtle difference, okay? So if you pull your chin backward without having to bend down, so your eyesight is still the same. So you're making a movement this way into your neck muscles. So you pull it back and then stiffen the neck and look to the left and look to the right. Look to the left, look to the right. It's kind of a stiff movement, okay? So these are all Brahma mudras. You've seen the idol of Brahma, where he has his 4 faces, right? Facing in all directions. If you go to Angkor Wat in Cambodia, you will see these temples with these Brahma temples, with these faces of Brahma facing in all 4 directions. So what we are trying to do, of course, we cannot look back but through the peripheral vision, we almost are able to see all the way to the back. Okay, so that's the idea. Now, clasp your hands like this. If you want to sit down, that's okay. And if you want to stand, that's okay too. So keep your fingers on your tummy with the like that, and close your wings like this. Okay. Once you close that, you're going to come down to the shoulders. So keep it tight and just move the shoulder like this. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So nothing else moves except the shoulder blade. And imagine that you're drawing big circles on the horizon over there with the shoulders. If I put a pencil here, you're making circles like this. Okay, and then we're going to go the opposite way. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we took the right side. Clockwise first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, you're going to open the left arm and get into Shikhar Mudra. This is Shikhar Mudra like this. So call it the thumbs up mudra also if you wanted to. And then put the thumb on the shoulder and then connect your biceps to your earlobes like this. All right, so your body is absolutely straight. Your spine is erect. This is a connected version. And then you go back. Now you're drawing circles with the elbow. They are obviously bigger circles. So just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. And we go the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. Let's do the right hand. So now think about this, that every time you spin around this way, your bicep should rub against your earlobe. All right. So that's very crucial. That gives you very deep rotation in your shoulder blades out there. So do the hand like that. Bring it to the earlobes. Connect your biceps to the earlobes and go 1. Connect it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, here we go. Get up and go back to your mat. And then you're going to spread the feet about mat width apart. Okay. Keep your hands on your waist. And we're going to do some hula hoop rings. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now notice that my head is not moving. My feet are not moving. Only the mid body is moving in circles. Okay. So head stays where it is. Okay, and then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So what we are doing is we are drawing circles on the ground. We did it on the horizon. We are now doing it on the ground. All right. And then I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see me properly. Get into this Da Vinci position and put your arms apart like that. Feet are firmly grounded from the hip down. And now we're going to twist. So what we did is we stretched, we stimulated the other parts of the body. Now the body is ready to twist. Okay. So you do that. And then as you twist, you turn. And when you twist completely at the back, blow your nose hard like this. like this. So here we go. And then we blow the nose. This hand will automatically fold and your thumb is going to rest on the chest. And relax. This might send your brain into some kind of dizziness. So just relax here for a minute. Stabilize yourself. Okay. Then keep the feet again together. Make sure your ankle bones are connected, heels are connected, and you can imagine that you only have one leg down there. And then we're going to come down from hips now to the knees and grab the kneecaps like this. All right. So grab your patella, and then we're going to make now small circles, as small as you can. The widest you want to go in diameter is as wide as your foot, from the heel to the toe. That's the largest you want to go. But you don't want to go any outside of that, because then you'll start putting excessive pressure on your knees. You don't want that. Okay, so we're going to rotate the knees like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. The other way now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wonderful. Okay, now get into Utkatasana. Utkatasana is a chair position, as though you're sitting on an imaginary chair like this. Okay, so what you're going to do is keep your thighs, knees, everything together as one foot. Maintain them, and as you go down, make sure that the heels don't spread apart, because the tendency is that it'll start spreading apart like this. So keep them together. If you have a belt, just tie them and then go like this. Exhale as you go down. Exhale. Try to see if you can keep your heels on the ground as well and sit completely down. Knees together, heels on the ground, hands parallel to the floor, and come up. And go down one more time. Exhale as you go down. Exhale. And come up. All right. Now we are ready for Surya Namaskar. Okay. So ideally you want to do the Surya Namaskar facing east, because that's where the sun rises in the morning. If you're doing it in the evening, you should face the west. So basically you're facing the sun all the time. Try not to do them northwest, north-south. There are some scientific reasons for that. You don't want to mix the north and the south pole of your body with the north and the south pole of the earth, okay? Because there is a flux. And if you do it this way, it doesn't help you from the psychic energy standpoint. So if you're east-west, I think that's the best way to do it, because the sun acts on the body in line with the body. Okay, there we go. So come to the front of the mat. These are a little bit difficult Surya Namaskars today. So just so you know, there are 10 steps. So we are going to avoid doing the resting position of the 5 and the 9. All right. So that way, there you go. Okay, very good. So stand at the front of the mat, leaving about 8 inches to 9 inches distance for your head to go down, okay, on it. So Surya Namaskar, there's a lot of emphasis on Surya Namaskar from yoga perspective. It's a complete exercise. it stretches, it compresses, it bends, it twists. So the twist typically does not happen in Surya Namaskar, but the way I do them, I've done some modifications to them to introduce the twist as well, but we're not practicing that today. We're going to practice the traditional way with the mantra. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukham Tattvam Pushan Pavrunu Satyadharmaya Drishtaye Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. So we are standing in Samasthiti right now. Samasthiti is a complete inaction position. You're ready to act, but you're not. You're like on your mark, get set, go kind of position when you're on a track and field. So you're just ready to pounce, but that has full potential of acting, but it is a complete inaction. And then you slide your palms down, make sure that the heels of the palms are connected. You slide them down all the way to the navel, and you will see that it engages the forearms. And this is really good for the carpal tunnels. We type on the computers every time, every day, all day long. And this really helps relieve the tension of the forearms. And you can also do this with your fingers, and that will exert even more pressure. But this is an engaged position, and then you go out and breathe in and connect your biceps to the earlobes like we did earlier. Once you're connected here, push your hips forward. Only the hips forward. Do not bend from the knees. Just make sure you're bending forward, you're pushing the hips forward. And then once you're done pushing, your head drops and look at your own thumbs. And breathe in and come up and breathe out. Start exhaling. Let the gravity do its job. Do not try to push. Let the gravity do it for you. If you want to spread your arms, your hands apart, that's okay. And come to a 90-degree position like this, okay? So your feet are not bent, your hands are not bent, but you're only bending from the hips, not from the waist. Your back needs to be straight, okay? So come back to the 90-degree pose and let the gravity do its job. Let it go down slowly, slowly. Your body is going to start succumbing to the gravity, and just observe all that. Observe from that still center. Observe how the body and the mind are acting. And then put your hands down. If you want to bend your knees a little bit, that's fine. Once you settle down, stretch them. Stretch them. Make sure the knees are not bent, hands are touching, and ideally your entire palm wants to touch. I invite you to do that if you can. If you cannot do that, that's okay. Just observe all that, okay? Take your left foot back. And then put your hind leg knee on the ground, that leg. Put it on the ground. Make sure that this leg is still perpendicular, not doing this or not doing that. It's still straight. And then put your hand by the side. Make sure your right knee is in your right armpit and you look straight ahead. Ashwasanchalan. And you just look. Take the stock of your body from your tip of your nose to the tip of the farthest toe out there at the back. Notice how it is curled up at the back. And then come back to the tip of your nose and just look straight ahead. Look without seeing anything in particular. It's an open focus look. You're not particularly looking at anything. You're not registering anything. You're not labeling anything. You just look like a camera looks. It takes in the light. It doesn't register until you take that button and press it. So think that you're a camera right now without any film inside. And just look out there. And in that looking, when the energy doesn't go out there, it comes back inward. It comes back onto you, it implodes. And you come to the present moment. And that moment gives you the bodily awareness, the awareness of the present. And slowly, slowly, you will probably notice the presence of your own being. This is how powerful this position is. And then you breathe in and take your right foot back and let it meet the left. Make sure you are in a nice plank position. Your body is absolutely straight. And I'll show you this in both directions. So right now I'm showing it in this way so that, and here the body is straight. Your toes at the down there are connected. Your ankle bones are connected. And your body is absolutely straight. And you look straight ahead, or you can look at the edge of the mat, or you can look between your hands. This is a completely engaged position, Dvipad Prasaran. And in the Dvipad Prasaran, your core muscles, your Swadhisthana chakra, your Manipur chakra, all of that gets activated. And now you're going to go down and put your chin on the ground first, and then your chest, and then your knees. And you're into Sashtanga Namaskar. And then breathe in and come up, come to Sarpasan. So here, your knees, make sure are not touching the mat, and you're looking up. Up dog, Sarpasan. And breathe in and come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog, as they call it here. And if you want to walk your feet and get a little bit of more stretch into your calf muscles, I welcome you to do that. And the calf muscle is considered the second heart. So by walking like this, you're actually pumping the lymphatic fluids. Your heart is lower than your waist, which is a good thing. And it's really, really nice position. And see if you can stay here for a minute. And rise on your toes, push with your hands. Rise on your toes and push with your hands. And now without changing anything, put your heel back to the ground. And then look at your own navel. And then from here, I'm going to take my left foot and put it in between the two hands where we started. Okay, so this can be a little bit of challenge, but you should be able to do it. If you can't do it, it's okay. You can walk your feet up there and then put your hands. So this is a little bit of difficult Surya Namaskar for most people. And it's okay. It takes a while to get used to it. And then we are back into Ashwa Sanchalan, but on the left side this time. And get a nice stretch in your groin area. Like your thighs are basically going apart, right? So it really stretches your hamstrings and stretches your quads on the right side, and put your entire palm on the ground and look straight ahead. This activates your Agnya chakra, The Agnya Chakra is a psychic center between the two eyebrows, somewhere near the pineal gland inside. And just look. And at the same time, relax your body. Relax it, let it go. Don't hold any tensions. Let it go. And you can uncurl your right foot at the back there, uncurl it. And let your palm, rather the sole of your feet, face the sky. And just look. Don't look at anything particular. Do not label anything, whatever you might be seeing. Just look at it. Look at it as a thing or something. You know, it doesn't have to have a name, because name is not the thing. The thing exists on its own. Let's not label anything. Just look. And then take your right foot and then put it next to the left foot, and make sure you are into Padahastasana again. Join your palms here and breathe in and come up and bend backward and straighten you out and exhale and come back to Samasthiti. Okay, so that was one Surya Namaskar. So likewise, they do 108 of these. It takes about a couple of hours or more to do that, but they do it at a faster pace. And so I'm going to turn my yoga mat this way so that if you did not, those who are new, the alignments are important in Surya Namaskar. So I'm going to put it this way. And so now I'm going to stand about 8 inches away from the mat. Let me focus this a little bit down so you see. There you go. Should be able to see the mat properly. Okay, there you go. So now I stand 8 inches away. I come back to Samasthiti. Breathe normally. Come back to Samasthiti. Om Hrim Ravaye Namaha. So all these mantras have a bija mantra. Ram, Reem, Room, Raim, Raum, Raha. These are the bija mantras. And the 12 names are of the Surya, of the sun. There are 12 names to the sun. And then exhale and bring your palms to your navel and bring them out and over. And now notice when I'm here, all I'm going to do is going to push my hips forward. I'm not bending my knees. I'm not bending from the waist. I'm just pushing my hips forward. And then once you're done bending this way, let your head drop and look at your own thumbs. And inhale and exhale. Exhale as you go down. Come to Samakonasana, 90-degree pose. Make sure your back is straight. Your knees are not bent. And those who want to put the blocks here, that's fine. You can hold the blocks like this, but keep your back straight, okay? That is one thing which is very important in this yoga, is maintaining the straightness of the back. Because what that does, it stretches the hamstrings. If you round off your back, that much of stretch is reduced from the hamstring. So you're basically trying to stretch the entire back of your foot, of your legs, all the way down. And then put your hands down and then let your head drop and look at your own knees. Janu Shirasana. Some people call it Padahastasana. And then this time you're going to take the right foot back. Get a nice lunge here. Get a nice stretch. While you do that, make sure that your shin bone is perpendicular to the mat, okay? So that's only how much you want to stretch that foot back. Because the more you're going to stretch, this 90 degrees is going to get lost. So maintain that and put both the palms down and then put the knee down of the right foot and look straight ahead. Ashwa Sanchalanasana. Ashwa means horse. Sanchalan is you're trying to navigate the horse, you're trying to control the horse. And what is the horse? The horse is the mind. The mind has tremendous power, like a horsepower, only useful to the mankind if used in the right direction. So we are taming this horse right here, Sanchalan. You're going to tame that horse so that you can use that mind for the good of the humanity and not destroy this planet like most of the world is about to do it. Unfortunate part of the human evolution that we are in. But yoga can help at that level to bring back, to grow psychologically here, to grow out of the psychological primitivism that is happening in the world through the politicians. And we want to take charge of that through yoga. So look straight ahead, tame that horse from within, and then you take the left foot back and come to plank position. Now you can see my body and keep the plank absolutely straight. You're absolutely comfortable here. I know this can be a really challenging pose, but it engages the core. It actually activates the Agnya chakra, the Manipur chakra, your tummy, your navel chakra. And then you go down and put your chin down first, then your chest, and then your knees. Now, if you notice, there are 8 parts of your body touching the mat. That's why it's called a Sashtanga Namaskar. Two hands, 2 knees, 2 toes, your chin and chest. That's it. And then breathe in and come to Sarpasana. Now, in Sarpasana, make sure that your shoulders are not collapsing like this. You want to straight be ahead and make sure the knee is not touching the mat and looking up. And come to Adho Mukha Svanasana. It's also called Sumeru Asana. It's also called Bhudharasana. And then look at your own navel right here. This is a beautiful pose. Once you get comfortable, you develop this little bit of stamina, and it really helps the heart tremendously. And then look at your own navel. Rise on your toes, push with your hands. Rise on the toes, push with your hands, and then put your heels down without changing anything else, okay? And then I'm going to take my right foot and put it between the 2 hands. And I come back to Ashwa Sanchalan. And push your hips inside. Let them drop in so that you get this nice stretch. You get this amazing stretch. It stretches your right hamstring, stretches your quads on the left side. And look straight ahead in Ashwasanchalan. Taming that horse again. The word man makes the word manusha, makes the word human. An animal that has the mind, the conscious and the subconscious and superconscious, the human potential is tremendous. Only if pointed in the right direction. So if the mind is not pointed in the right direction, it can drop to the animal level. But if it is pointed in the right direction, it can rise to the heavens. So here's through the yoga, we are taking on this psychological evolution. We're compressing that evolution and expediting it through the conscious training of the mind, using the mind itself. So, but beyond that, beyond the mind and body, there is something which is beyond, we call the consciousness. And that consciousness is the mere observer. And that observation takes place, and that is what really tames the mind. It really controls and gives the energy to the mind. And that's what we're aiming at this yoga, the Sakshi yoga, I call it. Sakshi means witness, witnessing element, which is the consciousness. And that consciousness is looking at the mind and the body system. And you take the left leg and put it next to the right. And join your palms and come up and push your hips forward and relax. So we just did 2 Surya Namaskar so far. Okay, so now we're going to go a little bit faster. Now that you know the alignments, where to look, what not to do, all of that is already established within this 2. So we're going to expedite the process now and we may do all the 12 today, all right? Because we are trying to prepare for this yajna. You can enter into the app later. So we did 2, let's go now. Om Rum Suryaya Namaha. Palms down, out, and over. And exhale and let the body succumb to the gravity. Take the left foot back and come to Ashwasanchalan. Come to Dvipada Prasaran. And go down. And come to Sarpasan. Adho Mukha Shvanasana. And come to Ashwasanchalan again. And take your right foot up. And bend backward. And exhale. So this is kind of fast, but it actually, here's what happens, okay? The Surya Namaskars have to be practiced slow and fast at the same time. And I'll tell you what happens after we do the Surya Namaskar. I'll explain the philosophy behind that, okay? So let's look at the 4th one, Raim Bhanave Namaha, okay? Om Raim Bhanave Namaha. Hands down, out, and over, and put it down, right leg back, Ashwasanchalan, Dvipada Prasaran, Dandasan, Sashtang Namaskar, Sarpasan, Adho Mukha Shvanasana, right foot up, look up this time, and very nice. So 4 are done. Om Rum Khagaya Namaha. left leg back, look up, right leg back, Dvipada Prasaran, Sashtang Namaskar, Sarpasan, Adho Mukha Svanasana, left leg up, right leg up, the sixth one, Om Raha Pushne Namaha. 2, 3, Ashwasanchalan. 4, Dvipada Prasaran. 5, Sashtang Namaskar. 6, Sarpasan. 7, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 8, Ashwasanchalan. 9, Hastapadasan. Urdhva Hastasan. Urdhva Namaskar. And Samastiti. So we just did 6. I hope everybody is with me here and maintaining the pace of it. This will be kind of the pace of the 108 Surya Namaskars that they will do. So, and believe me, once you do one set on 2 sets of 12, your body just gets into the rhythm, okay? And then you're not even thinking about it. All right, so let's go to the 7th one. Om Ram Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Hands down, up, over. Left leg back, right leg back. Sashtang Namaskar. Sarpasan. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Ashwasanchalan. Padhastasan. Urdhva Namaskar. Samastiti. Om Hrim Marichye Namaha. Padhastasan. Right leg back. Left leg back. Sashtang Namaskar. Sarpasan. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And right leg back, up. And Padhastasan. Urdhva Namaskar. And it's okay, 4 more to go. It's not that bad. Your heart rate. See, one cool thing about yoga, I've always noticed that it maintains your heart rate zone, according to your age. If you don't excessively speed it up or excessively lower it down, it will maintain it. And that's where the fat burning happens, okay? So here we go. Om Rum Adityaya Namaha. Left leg back. And come to Dvipada Prasaran. And go down. Look up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And if you want to walk your feet, that's okay. And then get your left foot up, right foot up, and Very nice. Om Raim Savitre Namaha. Hands up, push your hips. Bend from your hips. Yeah, from the hips, from the hip bone. And then put your hands down, right to look back, look up. See, when you, instead of looking straight up, right, in that direction, if you look up, you will notice that this will have to push down. Your hips will go further down into the position, deeper. So try to do it. Look straight up and then look up. See that subtle change that happens. Look straight up and look up. It'll exert a little bit of more extension into your hamstrings and your quads. Okay, so go back. Sashtang Namaskar, Sarpasan, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Ashwasanchalan, Padahastasana, Janushirasana, Urdhva Namaskar, and Samasthiti. Very nice. So we got 2 more to go. Om Ram Narakaya Namaha. Ashwasanchalan, Dvipada Prasaran, Sarpasan, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and Samasthiti. Very good. Last one. Om Raha Bhaskaraya Namaha. Slide your palms down and put your hands down. I'm slowing down a little bit because now this is the last one, so we'll do it a little bit slower. Catch your breath. Dvipada Prasaran, Dandasan. Sashtang Namaskar. Sarpasan. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. So walk your feet here. Now spread your feet mat width apart. And you will notice that your heels may touch down. Take a break here a little bit. This is a good position. It helps your heart. And then bring your feet back to the center. Look at your navel. Extend your arms. And put your entire palm down. All 5 fingers should be grabbing the mat. And if you're here, push yourself like this. This is not the right position. You want to get deeper, deep. And some people, you can touch your forehead to the mat. That would be awesome if you can do that. And then take your right foot, take it up, and between the 2 hands. And look up. Look as much up you can into the ceiling. And take your left foot, next to the right foot. Join your palms right here and start coming up. Urdhva Namaskar. Urdhva Hastasana. And come back to Samasthiti as you exhale. Wonderful. That was awesome. I think we did really great and we deserve some reward. So lie down on your mat with your feet mat width apart and lie down completely. Let your heart rate come back to the normal. And observe the mind body. Observe what is happening at that periphery. The periphery of the circle. The center of the circle is where the consciousness resides, which only witnesses everything that is happening around us. Happening at the periphery of that circle where the mind and body is. The mind and body are a pair. They're like the Shiva and Parvati. They're like, they work hand in hand. And observe your belly button right here. Observe the belly button going up and down. Observe. Do nothing on your part. Even with all the 12 Surya Namaskars we did, we really did nothing. The mind and body did everything, whatever happened on the periphery of the circle. When you drive the car, the tires are running, but the center of the tire is still. It doesn't do anything. It just holds the tire in place. That's what it is. The consciousness is absolutely the substratum for the mind and body. Without that, the circle cannot exist without the center. And that center is what supports. It gives all that energy to the tire so that the car can move. And the center is receiving energy from itself. It is self-effulgent, self-lit, Swayam Prakashi, as they call it. It glows in its own light. That light shines, pervades everything else. And in your mental space, imagine that you're sitting by a beautiful lake in the Himalayas. You're sitting on the bank of the lake and the water is pristine. The Mount Kailash is reflecting into that Mansarovar. The Manas Sarovar, Manas means man, and the Sarovar is the lake of the mind. And everything that we see is a reflection of the reality in that Manas Sarovar. It's nothing but the reflection. It's not real, it's just a reflection. It's very, very virtual that you see that reflection, and we are consumed by that reflection. The beauty of the morning sun shining on the Kailash, And that pristine reflection in the sarovar, in that lake, is all consuming. It's beautiful. And you see this beautiful swan flying across the lake, trying to build its nest. It's carrying a twig, or maybe carrying a fish. And the twig drops in the Mansarovar. And that Sarovar is disturbed. All that beautiful reflection that we were seeing is gone. Ripples are created from that twig. And those ripples starts coming towards us to the bank. And we're all worked up, we're all upset that the beautiful vision, beautiful reflection is gone. You were about to take that beautiful photograph. It's all disturbed by that one little twig. And we decide to jump into the water to calm every wave that is coming at us, every wave. Calm it down with our hands, calm them down so that we can take that beautiful photo. And guess what happens? We created more ripples. Not only that, the water was pristine. You could see the bottom of the lake, and now it's all muddled up. You can't see the bottom, can't see the reflection. And we are in this complete frenzy, trying to calm these waves down and creating more disturbance in the lake. And Buddha is on a walk, and he waits there, and he looks at you, looks at us, and smiles and says to us, "My child, just come out of the lake. Just come out of the lake and sit on the bank of the lake again. And it will all calm down." And exactly what happens, we come out of the lake, all those chitta vrittis, mana vrittis automatically calm down under the observation. The mere observation, dispassionate observation of the mind calms the Manas Sarovar. The lake is back to where it was. And you start seeing that pristine reflection again. And we realize that nothing doing, no doing on our part really helps the situation. It actually worsens it. The mere observation calms the mind down. Just observe. Be that witnessing element. Prata smarami hridisam svaradatmatattvam Satchit sukham paramahansa gatim turiyam Yat swapna jagara sushuptamavaiti nityam Tad brahmanishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangha Pratar bhajami manasa vachasa agamyam Vacho vibhanti nikhila yadanu grahena Yande tineti vachanair nigamavocham Standeva deva majamachyutamahuраgram Pratirnamami tamasa paramarkavarnam purnam sanatana padam purushottamakyam yasminnidam jagadasheshamasheshamurto rajvam bhujangam iva pratibhasitam vai rajvam bhujangam iva pratibhasitam vai rajvam bhujangam iva pratibhasitam vai rajvam bhujangam iva pratibhasitam vai. Rajva is a rope. Bhujangam is the cobra. And every day we see this cobra in the rope. There is no cobra there, but we see it, we project it. And that's what stresses us out. Just a pratibhasitam way. It just feels that there is a cobra, but there is no cobra. The rope is real, and that's what yoga teaches us to observe. Reality as it is. Not the projected reality, but the as it is. Not what we would like it to be, but as it is. With that, raise your left arm and turn on your left side and gently push with your right arm and come to a seating position. All right. Okay, so I did say that practicing Surya Namaskar fast and slow, both are necessary. And the reason being that we have the Ida and the Pingala Nadi. Ida is the left side of your body, and Pingala is the right side of your body. Okay. And when we sit cross-legged like this, we are mixing the left and the right. Okay. So I invite you to sit like that. And so it is said in the research of Satyananda Saraswati, Swami Satyananda Saraswati of Bihar School of Yoga, that when you practice the Surya Namaskar with a slow pace, your left side of the body is activated. The cooling part, the moon, and the heaty part, the sun, is activated when you do it fast. So what I do is when I practice in the morning, I typically try to practice both the slow and fast, because that balances your mind, because these channels from the neck onwards, they crisscross. So what happens is your left brain is the chattering mind, the right brain is the creative mind, and the left has all the energy that is coming from the right side and it switches over on this side. And this guy, the moon, is the more creative moon. That creativity is transferred onto the right side in your right brain. And when you practice both, you're ready for the day to face the life, face the world out there with all that compassion, passion at the same time. And your creative juices are flowing, your energy is required to create something. So both are nicely balanced. That's what I do. If I practice in the evening, I go real slow. And I just want to slow down for the day and preparing for the night to go to bed. And that's what I typically do. So it's up to you when you practice, but I suggest you do both. If you do 6 slow, do 6 fast. And you balance the nadis equally, all right? So that's the science behind practicing slow and fast. Okay, so we'll do some pranayam now. Take your glasses off. Take your wristwatches out. We'll do simple anulom vilom pranayam today, but before that, we'll do some kapalabhati. The kapalabhati is nothing but a cleansing exercise, is a warm-up exercise for the pranayam. You're moving from gross to the subtle. Sit in chin mudra. Close your eyes gently and exhale fully. Breathe in half the lungs and start stroking your abdominal muscles like this. Exhale the 100th stroke and don't breathe in, starve your lungs. And take a deep breath. And don't hold it, let it go. So when you let go this last breath, that the deep breath that you took, when you let it go, you constrict the epiglottis a little bit and hear yourself breathing out. And very controlled breathing out should happen. Very controlled. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath and very controlled epiglottis contraction and hear yourself breathing in and prolong that breathing out as much as you can. Take a deep breath. Now take your right thumb and close your right nostril. And do the Kapalbhati on the left side. "30 strokes, that's it. Put your hand down. Take a deep breath. Release it with Ujjayi breathing. The epiglottis contraction. Hear yourself breathing like an ocean breath, ocean sound. Take your left thumb, close your left nostril, and breathe in, breathe out 30 strokes from the right. Exhale fully, breathe in. Ocean breathing exhalation. Now close these two fingers, ring finger and the pinky together. It's called Vishnu Mudra. Put it like this and do alternate nostril breathing, just like what we did earlier on. If you don't know, observe me how I'm doing it. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing, closing the right nostril, breathing in and out from the left, like this. Closing the left, breathing in and out from the right, like this. Sit in Chin Mudra. And after all this hyperventilation that we just did, we have so much oxygen in the blood that oxygen starts circulating through the blood, gets into every nook and cranny, every little cell of your body. And the cells get into this excited state of being. They're excited. They're vibrating at a certain frequency. And notice this vibration that is happening. There is exchange of fluids, there's exchange of toxins. They're throwing these toxins out into the blood. The blood is coming back to the liver. It's getting filtered, going back. Fresh oxygenated blood is going back. And all that is happening at a very subtle level in the body right now. And that creates certain amount of vibration, certain amount of entropic behavior of the cells. And you can feel that through the sensations on your skin. You'll feel those subtle vibrations, subtle sensations on the skin. Observe all that sensations from within. Observe that the body is fired up. Observe that the body is in an excited state of being through this hyperventilation. While maintaining your neck and spine erect. What we just did, we just mixed up the channels, the Ida and the Pingala. The heaty and the cooling side of the body, we just mixed up. We brought them to a perfect balance so that it activates the Sushumna Nadi at the center of the spine. And it opens up that channel so that the Kundalini may rise through the spinal column, through the Sushumna, into the Sahasrara. It may or may not happen, but that's the process of balancing the nadis. Now we're going to further balance them through anulom vilom. So get back into this Vishnu Mudra that we were doing earlier. And this time we're going to close the left nostril with these two fingers, close them, close the left, and breathe in through the right. Close the right, exhale through the left. Don't hold it inside, exhale through constriction of epiglottis. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale through the right. Exhale, inhale to the right. Close right, exhale to the left. Left in. right out. Right in, left out. Left in, right out. Right in, left out. Left in, right out. Continue doing this. Put the anus lock in now. Pull your anus in. Release as you exhale. Inhale right and pull your anus in again. And exhale and release your anus lock. Mula bandha. Inhale and put the mula bandha. Exhale and release the mula bandha. Inhale, put the mula bandha. Exhale, release the mula bandha. Synchronize this movement. And stop. Sit in Chin Mudra and observe the subtle sensations on your body. The body is excited, the channels are balanced. Both the nostrils are exhaling and inhaling with the same force. The way to check that is take your glasses and put them under your nostrils. And when you breathe out, they'll equally fog on both sides. That's when you know that your Ida and the Pingala are both balanced perfectly. That means your left and the right are perfectly balanced, like the two wings of the bird. And when the two wings of the bird are perfectly balanced, it's the time to fly. That's the only way the bird can fly, when the balanced wings, the airplane can take off. So close in Chin Mudra, sit in Chin Mudra, and observe and take that flight within. Stop regulating your breath. Let the breath be all normal. If you want to hold on to the Mula Bandha, that's fine. And just observe the breath going in, the breath coming out. The tingling sensations in your palms. Both the palms are equally fired up, which is the indication that the Ida and Pingala are perfectly balanced. The energy channels in your body are balanced right now. This is the most conducive environment for the dhyana to happen. Your blood pressure is down. Your resting heart rate is about 60. Your mind is not agitated. Your brain is exuding the waves. The magnetic poles are balanced. And this is pure science, guys. There is no belief system here. No dogmas, no creeds, no nothing is required. Nothing. Absolutely perfect observation of the mind and the body is all you need to transcend the mind and the body and go into this realm of meditation. You don't need any kind of faith, no religion, no nothing is required here. We are just observing the reality as it is. The palms are pulsating with the sensations, and that is the reality. As it is, you just observe it. There is no belief required. You don't need to believe in anything. You're feeling it here and now. Feel that. Be consumed by it completely. And let your consciousness expand. Take note of the surrounding sounds. Take note of that subtle hum coming out of your air conditioning system. The subtle hum of the traffic outside. Expand your awareness. Expand your awareness as far as it can go. And you will feel that the entire, whatever you're observing, whatever you're feeling, that is all happening inside you. It's all happening inside. Keep on expanding that sphere of awareness. And that is the fact. Whatever we are experiencing is inside us. We cannot experience anything outside of us. Scan your body from the bottom of the tip of your toes. As you breathe in, come to the crown of your head. And you breathe out, you follow that all the way to the tip of your toe. Make those oscillations from within and observe that the entire body, your soles of your feet are feeling it. Your entire body is feeling the vibrations. And not because we are saying that. Even if I don't say anything, you're feeling it. And we obviously don't have unlimited time, so we're going to rub your palms, but I invite you to practice this every evening before you go to bed and see how sound you sleep in the night. Rub your palms. And gently put them on your eyelids. And look deep inside. Look deep inside. We are seeing into our brain, into our subconscious mind, into our spinal column almost. And that's the darkness that we are trying to expel through yoga. by bringing the light of consciousness, bringing the light of awareness inside that dark space, we eliminate the psychological knots. That's what yoga does. This is a perfect science. It's been around for thousands of years. It has been systematically dismantled in India through the history, as we know. Anyway, sit in Chin Mudra. We'll say 3 Omkars and prayer, and then we'll close the session. Take a deep breath. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidikena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakra Siddharinam Sahasrar Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. Thank you all for taking the time today. Happy New Year once again. I hope you have a great week. And
Happy New Year to you.
I'll see you next Sunday.
Thanks so much. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Anybody has any questions?
You.
Thank you for sharing the time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.